We are back with another edition of the 5-Star Grand Prix 2024 reviews. This time for day 11 of the tournament, the quarterfinals of the tournament, setting us up for the final night on Saturday. I am your host, Scott Edwards, and I am here to talk about the best night of the tournament, and dare I say, the best Stardom show of the year. I think I'm willing to go that far. This show was tremendous. Tremendous. This is the first show in a very long time where not only everything worked for me, but I left each match just more excited for the next. And this is Stardom. That's how I felt when this show was over. I was like, this is Stardom. A fantastic night of tournament action. You have the playoffs to start off the show. Then you have just an incredible set of quarterfinal matches, including the top two matches of the tournament, in my opinion. If you can't tell, I'm excited. I hope you are too. I can't wait to dive into this. I don't know when I'm going to get to record the the Saturday show because I am busy all day Saturday. I don't even know when I'm going to watch it. But that's okay because I got to watch this one. I got to watch this one. I woke up spoiler free, watch this show, and I walk away amazed. I walk away just wanting more and more of what they brought to the table. They delivered. I didn't really care who won or lost at the end of the day. I just wanted greatness. And this roster, this crowd, this atmosphere, this show gave me greatness. So let's get into it. Day 11, 5-Star Grand Prix 2024. An incredible tournament night. Fantastic. I'm so excited to talk about the show if you couldn't tell already. We have our final four. We'll get to that at the end. We'll talk about it. We have a lot of history on the line come that final night. But let's first get into it. Playoff for Red Stars B spot number 2. We had Mei Seira versus Azumi versus Tomoka Inaba in a Tomoe battle match. The rules are as followed. You have to win 2 straight falls. That is how you win the match. You start the match with Mei Seira and Azumi, right? You pick it up instantly. The crowd's into it. I'm into it. They are doing their high-speed goodness, going back and forth, trading before Mei Seira shockingly gets the win on Azumi. Azumi, the heavy favorite, I'd say, going into this match, comes up short first. Mei Seira steals a win, and then that's when Tomoka Inaba steps into the ring. Tomoka kicks. Her kicks are just devastating. Instant knockouts. The beauty of this Tomoe battle is that you have 2 high-speed wrestlers, and then you have someone who can knock you out at any moment. That's the beauty of why this match worked so well. It can end at any time. Each match can end at any time. Inaba and Seira go in there, and they trade, and they exchange before, of course, Tomoka Inaba escapes with the win via Michinoku driver number 2. Now she's 1 win away. Mei Seira's got to reset. Mei Seira's got to hope that Azumi can beat Tomoka to give her another shot. Azumi trying to get back on the winning track. She's the favorite after all. And her and Tomoka Inaba go in there and they crush it as you'd expect before Azumi, unsurprisingly, walks out with the win. I think once we got back around to Azumi, I believed. She had enough time to reset, refigure. I believe that she was going to get this win, head to the main event against Micah, and that's exactly what she did. She ends up beating Tomoka Inaba, setting setting up a rematch from the first fall between her and Mei Seira with the opportunity to advance, and that is what she did. She was able to pin Mei Seira in the middle of the ring to move on to the finals. This match was great. What a way to kick off the show. What a way to kick off the show. I was pumped from here, and it just kept getting more and more exciting. I think Azumi has had an incredible tournament. I think Mei Seira was one of the top MVP contenders, and honestly, the same can be said for Inaba. This Red Stars B block was incredible. Incredible. It was the block of the tournament. We knew that going in, and they never missed a beat. I think we got two of the best matches in the entire tournament on this show. Shocker. It included part of Red Stars B. But my goodness, what a match to start off the show. Then we had Hanan versus Suzuki. The winner goes on to the quarterfinal to face Syuri later in the night. I'm sitting here and I'm wondering to myself, who do they want to go with? Hanan has established herself this year, right? Winning the Cinderella tournament. She could become the first since Toni Storm and the second only ever to win both the Cinderella and 5-star. Do they want to do that? Obviously, Suzuki enters as the reigning, defending 5-star Grand Prix winner. Do they want to run her and Syuri back? Obviously, a great match. And as this match unfolds, I'm saying to myself, yes, this is the match I wanted on night one. Do I think they have higher highs than this match itself? I do. But was this match really, really good? Yes. And I think it's unfair to these two that this was probably the weakest match of the tournament matches on the show, but it was so good. If it was a normal Blue Stars B card on most nights, it would have been the match of the night. That's how good this show was. Hanan, Suzu trading off time and time again before Hanan pulls off the win with a double back drop driver combo to pin Suzuki and advance to the quarterfinal to face Syuri. I was on the edge of my seat here. I wanted Hanan to win. Listen, Suzu, I have said it on this. I don't think she has been the same Suzu that even we saw last year. Definitely not 2 years ago, but I think she's been solid the past couple matches. But Hanan, this is her year. This has been her year. Get her into that quarterfinal. Get her potentially into that semifinal, right? She has made the strides this year to be recognized among the best in this company. I think it's time you keep riding that wave, right? She took so many pinfall losses after the Cinderella tournament win. I wanted us to continue pushing her forward, and that is where we are here. She gets the win over Suzu in a very, very solid match. I was a fan of it. They exchange, they shake each other's hands after the match. Suzu then slaps her across the face. But listen, this was good. This was a good match. But now we are going to turn it up for the next two. We had the IWGP Women's Champion, Mayu Iwatani, the greatest of all time, undeniably the greatest of all time, against the Wonder of Stardom champion, Natsupoi. Natsupoi has not had the tournament I expected her to have. I thought, she'd have an even better tournament than she did, but she focused a lot on her execution of the arm bar and some limb targeting. It just wasn't Natsupoi. So I said to myself, if anyone's gonna get the Natsupoi out that we've seen over the past couple of years in the 5-star Grand Prix, it's gonna be Mayu Iwatani. And my God, did we get it? Up until this point right here, my match of the tournament. Mayu Iwatani versus Natsupoi was tremendous. It was everything you want from two top champions colliding. Truly. You had crazy dives. The crowd. I can't bring up the crowd enough. This Shinjuku face crowd, especially for the next match, but this face crowd was incredible. The action in this match was unmatchable. The action in this match was unstoppable. The amount of near falls you had, the amount of confident moments you had for both champions. Mayu crashes and burns on the outside, going for her suicide dive, followed by Natsupoi, who hits a dive to the outside. And you have moments in the ring where they are exchanging suplexes. They're dropping each other directly on the top of their dome. Unbelievable. But perhaps the moment of the match is when Natsupoi does her roll through pin one time, near fall, and as she runs towards Mayu, Mayu catches her for a tombstone, plants her. Unbelievable points here, and then as we get towards the end of the match, right? Mayu's going to work to set up the two-step dragon suplex. Natsupoi is able to avoid the first one, causing drama, getting a beautiful near fall. And then Mayu plants Natsupoi. Natsupoi kicks out of a brutal German when she again landed right on her head. She goes for the two-step. Natsupoi tries to reverse it. She tries to spin through. I just did it on the camera. Like, she tries to spin through, but Mayu catches her, deadlifts her for a suplex, hits the two-step, and gets the win. Mayu Iwatani enters the final night of the 5-star Grand Prix with a chance to become the second ever 5-star Grand Prix winner. She'd also become the third ever woman to enter the 5-star Grand Prix twice, joining Utami Hayashishita and Yoko Bito if she gets to that final. This match was tremendous. A tremendous match. I honestly watched this and I said, this can't be topped. Like, I don't think this can be topped. This was fantastic. Terrific. Everything I want from these two. And I understand. I have been all about Mayu Iwatani in this tournament. Guess what? Mayu Iwatani is my favorite wrestler of all time. That's how it be. That's how it goes. That's how we do it. But this was terrific, fantastic. Absolutely adored this match. You could see here on the image, she was roughed up from this match. There were kicks to the head, there were nasty suplexes, the beauty of Joshi all in one. Unbelievable match. Like I said, didn't think it could be topped. I have yet to decide if it's officially topped, but it might have been topped. Sayak Kamatani versus Starlight Kid. Listen, if you've listened to every review of mine, first of all, thank you so much. Please leave a like on this video, comment how you thought about the show, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you've listened to every review I've done, I've been very critical of Sayak Kamatani. And it's not really always been her fault. The block was not supportive, I think, of the heel Sayak Kamatani. And ultimately, for me, I just want to see Sayak Kamatani be great. This match was the best I've seen Sayak Kamatani since losing the Wonder of Stardom Championship last year. Forget the heel turn. This was the best I've seen from her since losing the belt to Mina Shirakawa. And the reason for that is because she had the best babyface to go against her, and that, of course, was Starlight Kid. Shinjuku face. If Stardom doesn't run Shinjuku face again, I will be devastated. This show was great, and a lot of it was because of the atmosphere. Shinjuku face loved Starlight Kid, the most over wrestler on this show. Period. End of story. And I said shows ago, if I'm picking a winner now that Tam Nakano is out, I would have been picking Starlight Kid. And while that doesn't seem to be the case, well, it's not While it didn't seem to be the case, I had some hope. And my God, did they work towards that hope in this match? SLK ringing through Shinjuku face. These two killed it. These two had, I think, probably the best match they've had together. And they have great chemistry. And I believed in this match when it was made official. I really did. But this still exceeded expectations. This was excellent. This was Saya Kamatani at her best, right? Yes, she did the little heel things, but she didn't work slow, right? I think one of the hate factors, right, that we've seen with like Tekla and Konami and even Momo at times is part of the heel dynamic is we're gonna work slower. Sayak Kamatani, while she let some things breathe a little bit more, right? She did her taunts and whatnot, which is fine, which worked because, again, this is against Starlight Kid, someone that is absolutely adored. When the bell rang, she went in there and she crushed it. Like, they went in there full speed, 100%. Kid just focused on destroying that leg and destroying that leg. And destroying Sayak Kamatani's leg. The attack has been set from start to finish for Starlight Kid in this tournament. She is going to break down your leg so she can get the Black Tiger leg killer. That is her method. And Sayak Kamatani is just going to do everything in her power to drop you on your head and set you up for that Star Crusher. The spinning Star Crusher, by the way, fantastic new finish. I think it looks great. And we saw it in this match. At one point, SLK gets in that leg killer and it looks like she's going to win. Saya is in the middle. She is desperate, but she's able to roll through and survive. And you kick it into the high gear. You get trade-offs. You get the get up and explode out of things. And then Saya Kamatani hits the Star Crusher, kick out. You think it's over. Like Starlight Kid, I'm watching her here, and I think it's over. I think she's gonna hit the spinning one. We're gonna call it a day, right? Very much esque of like the Maika finish, right? Maika hits those Michinoku drivers, they kick out, she follows up with the big one, and it's over. But no, Starlight Kid gets the Black Tiger driver for a incredible spot, hits the moonsault. Saya Kamatani kicks out. And in the end, it was Saya Kamatani who catches her with the roll through backdrop. Well, actually, it ended up being like a Blue Thunder Bomb type plant. I don't know, it was great. And then hits the spinning Star Crusher for the win to pin Starlight Kid, break the hearts of many, including myself, but deliver just an outstanding match. This was the high like when I watched this show, I felt like I was watching prime Stardom 2021, 2022. Like this was that level. This show was that level and this match was that level. This is why we watch, like this made me so excited for what's to come because it felt like in this venue with this atmosphere, everything just clicked perfectly. Like I said at the top of the show, my Stardom show of the year, one of the best shows of the year. You just watch these tournament matches, it's all you need. And this was incredible. Starlight Kid, listen, you have to push her. Like, I understand she came up short here. I still think she could have won, but she's a superstar. She is arguably the most popular wrestler in the company. Now that she leads Neo Genesis, she should be beating Natsupoi for the title or winning the World of Stardom title at Queendom next year at this stage. Like, she has been ready, but we have seen her level up to an incredible degree since turning back babyface. This is, the peak version of Starlight Kid. She's an absolute megastar, and her and Saya Kamatani crushed it. Listen. I don't know how to feel yet about the Saya Kamatani heel turn. I still don't know if it was the right move, right? It's too early to know. And I did not like the move at the time, and I'm still not sold on it. But what I am sold on is she can still have those great matches, right? We've seen it. I've seen it right here. Her back to back have been really really good. Her final day with Hanan was really really good. This was great, outstanding, top of the line type work. So I'm excited to see what else she can bring to the table. But back to back match of the tournament quality type beats. So how do we follow that up? We follow that up with Syuri versus Hanan. Hanan winning earlier in the night, already the mega underdog. Because no matter what, whether she had a match early in the night or not, she already beat one 5-star Grand Prix winner. Can she beat another? And the answer was yes. I believed that one of the playoff winners needed to win their match, and Hanan made more sense when it came down to it. She just did, you know. I think with Hanan, she's still learning, right? Like she is 19. This is not, she might have had her birthday recently, but she is someone who is far from a complete product in the ring, but she is now 20. But she is such an incredible wrestler, right? For her age and her years in the business. She is such a great baby face, you know, probably just second to Starlight Kid in this promotion. And her winning and getting to the semifinals is a meaningful moment, and that's what she did. Shuri destroyed her a lot in this match, but she continuously fought back. The beauty of a Hanan match is the fire that she provides, the fire that she brings to the table, right? That is the beauty of what Hanan brings. You know, she's still young, but she has an unbelievable fire to her that brings up any match. We've seen it all year long. And ultimately, as Shuri hits the spinning Ryuin and watches Hanan kick out, I start to realize this is Hanan's match. And Hanan gets her signature roll up to pin Shuri in the middle of the ring, ending a night that involves two wins over the 5-star Grand Prix winners, the 2021 winner and the 2023 winner. I had my doubts after her Cinderella win, saw her get pinned so many times, but we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. This was such a good match. It was almost a cool down after those last two, but it was such a good match. Um, I'm so happy for Hanan, and you know we enter the final night with an opportunity to potentially see Mayu versus Hanan in the finals. There's probably like a 0.1% chance of that happening, but boy oh boy, I would love to see it. But let's get to the main event. It was Micah versus Azumi. Um, this was great. This was fantastic, a fantastic main event. I don't think it hits the levels of the Mayu Natsupoi, you know, SLK Saya match, but in many ways, this is a match that I think is in the conversation for top 5 of the tournament. This was tremendous. Maika, you know, has found refound herself. I think you know she obviously did this new gimmick, and it was a way to restart and get back on track. Obviously, undefeated coming into this moment. And I think this was the most Micah match of the tournament, right? This was all about the power and the massive lariats, while Azumi was trying to pull off the shock, the stunner, right? The crowd was super, super behind Azumi in this match, and rightfully so. You know, you watch Azumi here and you're amazed at how good she is. I am always amazed at how good she is, and she had such an incredible tournament, right? She has that great match to kick off the night, and then this match to end the night. Azumi at times felt like she had this win in hand, right? She hits her destroyer for a beautiful near fall. She didn't get the sushi on, but later she gets the Azumi sushi on for the near fall, I think, of the night. Micah kicked out at 2.999. And as Micah looks to get momentum as she's done all tournament long. She hits the Michinoku out of nowhere. She hits a second Michinoku, but Azumi kicks out. It's followed then by a Azumi, um, just trying to fight through, but the arm was hooked, and with the arm trap, Michinoku driver number 2, Micah wins, stays undefeated, goes to 7-0, and the final night of the 5-star Grand Prix is as follows. It will be Maika versus Mayu Iwatani. Maika undefeated, Mayu one loss to her name, and then on the other side it'll be Sayak Kamatani versus Hanan. Listen, I think this is again, I still think or thought Tam should have won, but let's throw that out. Who cares about that anymore? For what these four ended up, you got young stars over. You had Azumi, Starlight Kid, and Hanan all in the quarterfinals. And in arguably in all their matches, they were the most over. Azumi had fans crying and cheering for her against Micah. Starlight Kid, like I said, the most over wrestler of the night. And Hanan is the one going over, right? She is the one going to the semifinal against Sayak Kamatani. They made it perfect, right? You put Sayak Kamatani in there with a super baby face once again in Hanan. Hanan beat her to get to this point on the final night of block play. Sayak Kamatani's winning. I just don't see her losing to Hanan twice. And I think the final, they kind of teased it here with Micah and Sayak Kamatani staring each other down. I still think that's the final. It just makes the most sense story wise, but my God, I am not counting out Mayu Iwatani ever. Either Micah or Mayu Utani become the third ever competitors to make the 5-star finals, which is make the 5-star finals twice. Like I said, joining Utami and Yoko Bito. So that's important. Also worth noting, Micah would also be the fifth. It would make the 5th straight final with a DDM member. Shout out to Peps for that stat. Peps, we don't have the stat sheet, but Peps sent me some great facts to include here. Would make the 5th straight final with a former or DDM member in the final. Obviously, she was in it last year. Julia in 2022, Syuri in 2021, Jamaica in 2020. Hanan would become the youngest 5-star winner if she's able to win this tournament. And she'd also join, like I said, Toni Storm in winning both the 5-star and Cinderella in the same year. And Mayu, of course, would be the first ever 2-time winner. If Micah wins this tournament, she will be the first ever undefeated winner. And then Sayak Kamatani, I think with her, while there's not a fun fact to necessarily throw at you, last year she was supposed to be here, right? If the rumors are to be true, she was supposed to be here. And I think there's a real chance that she could still win this tournament, potentially setting up her and Tam Nakano at Queendom at the end of the year. But I also think there's a real chance Micah just wins and we get the Micah Natsuko rematch. I don't know yet. It's set up for Saya and Micah. I don't know if Micah goes fully undefeated and Saya kind of stops her. I could see that happening with Tam being champion. But I'm excited for the final night. And like I said, this was the best show of the tournament, and I think this is Stardom's show of the year. Just unbelievable. I am so excited about everything moving forward because of the show. I don't know what post 5-star looks like, but there was a lot of 5-star matches to get through. It was all worth it to get to this moment, and I absolutely loved it. Let's look at the ratings here now. As you can see, big time rigs all around here in the play-ins and quarterfinals, with my 2 top matches being Sayak Kamatani versus SLK, and of course Mayu Iwatani versus Natsupoi. Mayu Iwatani has locked in MVP in this tournament. It's not remotely close. It's just been an unbelievable run. But yeah, I think when you look at who's the number 2, in terms of MVP, Azumi had a hell of a run there at the end, as did Mei Seira. Mei Seira is right now locked into the number 2 spot alongside Tam Nakano. Neither of them will be climbing up. Mei Seira gets the advantage because she just had more consistency with an extra match. And then, of course, you had Sayak Kamatani having just such a fantastic match. One of the best matches of the tournament, and Hanan falling through with 2 really, really good matches as well. And then Maika and Natsupoi here at the top. But what a run it was. Like I said, I'm so excited for the finals. I don't know when I will get the next recording out. It will not be Saturday, most likely, but if it is, then something changed. But I will probably be Sunday at the latest. Um, and if you're interested, I will also be doing the Marigold Dream Star Grand Prix. I'll be doing the same exact thing for them. On this YouTube channel. So that's when I ask you to please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm very proud of what we've put together here in terms of content. I'm very proud of this show right here. Please leave a like and a comment. Let me know how you felt about the show. Do you think I'm crazy for calling this the Stardom Show of the Year? I definitely think at the very least it's the best best show of the tournament. But do you think I'm crazy with that? What's your favorite match from the show? What is your top 5 heading into the final night? Anything and everything. Let me know how you feel about the finalists as well, as we have Micah versus Mayu Iwatani, Sayak Kamatani versus Hanan. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Continue to listen to this series. It's been an absolute blast. I'm kind of sad it's over. I'm happy we have the Marigold one to follow through, though, because it's been so much fun. So thank you to everyone for listening. And I look forward to doing the finals this weekend. So until next time, so long, everybody.